Josiah.
Must be another chair here somewhere.
Too bad about your man Brackenbury. I'm sorry.
Drunk on the day of the murder. Trust Orville to worm that out of him.
He's a skillful advocate.
Say what you want about him. He is that. Oh, how would dearly love to beat that sanctimonious Sunday school teacher.
You won't. You know that. The jury's against you.
Here's to our fine jury. Sterling characters all. You know something, Richard? I loved being Attorney General.
You did a lot of good.
Along with the bad, that's what people remember.
That's not so.
No? Richard, when you're governor, you're going to point me to the bench?
Josiah.
I thought so. Here's to the charmed circle.
Look, you've had death threats on this case, haven't you?
So what? So have you. What do you want me to do, Richard? Quit?
Yes.
Oh.
You can't win this case.
I have never retired from a case.
This one is different. Your life may be in danger. I'm concerned about you.
That goes straight to my heart.
And when are you going to get rid of this rot gut, man? It's killing you. What are you being paid?
$100?
$100 for the entire proceeding?
That's right.
Well, I'd say you've done your $100 worth, Counselor. What does Governor Ford expect you to do? Get us both killed?
But why can't I testify? I've got a lot to say.
Defendants in murder trials do not take the stand. That's state law.
But I want to talk about the sacred freedom of the press. I want to talk about the land.
Mr. Sharp, it may interest you to learn that my research for this trial has included you. Your love for this land is actuated by your fervent wish to speculate, a wish thwarted by Mormon land purchases.
That's a damned lie.
And all this caterwauling about freedom of the press. Your Warsaw Signal was an abject failure until you hit on the scheme to increase its circulation by screaming like Beelzebub at the Mormons. One wonders, Mr. Sharp, when you've finally driven them out and you no longer have an easy target to boost sales, how long you'll be interested in the sacred freedom of the press.
How dare you,
now,
sir!
Now heed me. This trial is proceeding exactly as planned. Lambert's produced not one witness who credibly linked you or any of the defendants to the murders.
Executions. Not murders. Exterminations by men who loved this country and its freedoms.
Now it is our turn. I have secured a dozen men who will pour scorn on Lamborn's witnesses. That was the plan. Remember, Mr. Sharp? This case is won. You'll go free.
Browning, wait!
Listen, can we adjourn till this afternoon? Maybe I can get back to Nauvoo and find my witness.
This witness was to appear yesterday. Let's get this done, Josiah.
But Richard...
If that concludes Mr. Lamborn's case for the state.
All right, I'm done.
Mr. Browning, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Gentlemen of the jury, the prosecution's case rests entirely on...
Mr. Sharp, what is it?
Lots.
Order! Mr. Lamborn, who is this woman?
My witness. Your Honor, I need a short recess. The state asks a minute.
Mr. Browning?
Fine.
1 minute recess.
Ain't sure, but I think I'm surprised to see you.
Well, you shouldn't be. Seems to me I heard a fella say once in mighty bad English, people ain't all one thing.
Listen, Browning will cut up rough. He'll call you a liar.
You look terrible. What have you been eating?
Whiskey, mostly. Come on.
Witness for the state will take the stand.
Your Honor, you cannot allow this witness. The state has concluded its case.
Defense will present its case after this witness has testified.
Judge, I must warn you, this irregular decision will be seen as unfair.
Is that so, Mr. Browning? By whom?
People of importance. People who make political judgments about who is and who's not a statesman.
Oh, no. Yeah, you go ahead and be a statesman again, Governor.
No. I will not compromise Illinois jurisprudence to please you, Mr. Browning, or your people.
So be it.
Like that, a kick in the pants.
Sit down, both of you. This witness will take the stand. Do you swear to tell this court the entire truth, fearing Almighty God?
Yes.
You may proceed, Mr. Lamborn.
Now, I got to tell you, members of the jury, this witness never sat still long enough for me to depose her. So I guess we'll all hear her story together. Miss Graham, will you tell this court what you know?
I used to work for my relatives at Warsaw House. I used to get meals there, clean, take care of the boarders' room some. Last summer, late at night on June the 27th, Ann Fleming and I were working late, and a lot of men came in.
Do you need a minute, Miss Graham?
No. These men, they stayed for hours. They wanted meals.
Who were they?
Most of them were in the Warsaw militia.
Were any of them the defendants, Miss Graham?
Mr. Sharp was there.
That's a damn lie. Quiet.
No, it's not, Mr. Sharp. I've been scared to say it, but you were there. Anne asked you how you got on at Carthage, and you said, we have finished the leading men of the Mormon church.
I never said that! Mr. Browning, restrain your client.
You said we killed old Joe, and they all said it. There were about 60 men, and Mr. Davis was there, and Mr. Grover. They were all boasting and laughing. We killed old Joe. We killed old Joe, and they did. I know they did. They killed the prophet.
We will adjourn until 2 o'clock for Mr. Browning's questioning of this witness.
You rehearsed her, I assume.
You assume what you want, Orville.
She seems like a nice woman. It's a shame. I'll have to be a little insistent when I question her.
What's that supposed to mean?
I have a grand jury testimony.
So have I.
Then you know she lied. And you know my cross-examination will end whatever welcome she has left in this county. Or
what?
my clients are prepared to settle this case.
You've been reading dime novels again, Orville. You can't settle a murder case with the state of Illinois.
No, I mean we're prepared to settle with you, personally.
With me? Personally?
For a substantial amount.
Why, Orville Browning, are you attempting to bribe me into retiring from this case?
Certainly not. I'm making on behalf of my clients a legitimate settlement offer.
Bribery is what you tried to get me disbarred for.
This is not bribery. This is ensuring that justice is done. Those men are innocent, Josiah.
Josiah, are we intimates now, Orville?
My clients are prepared to offer $500.
$500.
An amount which no doubt purchases a large quantity of liquor.
Sure does. Eliza Graham's testimony must have really rattled you.
Well,
What do I have to do?